Hey guys, I'm back, and it's a windy, cool day. I have some limited use of my arm, which is cool. We've got a package from Ravencrest. I might actually do this inside if the wind keeps up, just because I don't want you guys to have to hear wind in the thing the whole time. Okay guys, I came inside. I just didn't want you to have to hear wind in the microphone the whole time. That's all. I love the outdoor natural light. I love working at the stump. But, you know, here we are. So, we've got Ravencrest for October 2018. We can tell by the size of the package, tell by the size of the package, that it is either, well, it's probably a fixed blade or it's a huge, honkin' big old folder, but usually this is fixed blade size. So, let's just tear into this thing and go to it. So what I was saying outside was I'm allowed to take my arm out of the sling for little bits of time so my elbow doesn't get too stiff. As long as I don't do anything like crazy moving it around too fast, too hard, lifting weight. So I'm going to take my approved break time to do this video, which is nice. So yeah, usually this indicates a fixed blade from them. Yeah, I'm thinking fixed blade. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see what we got. So we're either going to have to take this back out to the stump and just deal with the wind, which maybe we'll do, and hope the audio comes out okay, or get my big old cutting board over here to test this out. I wonder how many people actually eat this. Like, if they didn't say do not eat, how many people would actually eat this? Simply because they'd open it up, they'd be like, oh good, a knife and a snack. Awesome. Like, what would society be? I'm just wondering. How many people would eat simply because it didn't say do not eat? But, okay. Here's a tip, guys, though. I don't know how many of you don't think, I mean, I'm sure many of you, most of you are smart enough to think of this. Don't throw these away. Put it in wherever you keep your knife collection to keep moisture and stuff out. There you go. So, let's see. Oh. Well, we got a big old Warncliffe today, don't we? Not thrilled with the handle, just right, first impressions. Big rubberized handle, I don't know, that kind of has a cheap feel to me, but let's see what the whole thing is. And of course we got our oil on there. We'll take care of that in a second. So big rubberized handle. Now yeah, the grip, I gotta say, the grip is good because you've got lots of texture on there. It is rubberized, so you know, it does stay in the hand. Big handle, no matter what size hands you have, that's going to be good for you. For some reason, I associate these big rubbery handles with cheaper knives. And maybe that's just a mental thing for me, I don't know. But, if you look at the features, so, completely overmolded handle there. Actually, it's probably not, now that I think about it, it's not overmolded. It's probably a molded handle, and I'm willing to bet it's molded over a plastic core, and then they have inserted the blade full tang and then given a press fit lanyard ring in there to hold it all in. So, but it is a pretty comfortable handle. I mean, it grips nicely. Like I said, all the texturing. So if you were to use this, get it wet with whatever, you know, even with big gloves or whatever, you can hold a pretty good grip on this. I am still, guys, by the way, on painkillers and muscle relaxers for the shoulder. So some of you guys were able to very easily figure that out in the Battle Box VIP mystery box thing. Like, hey, you're not yourself. No, I'm not. But I'm trying. So right away, great grip. Really great grip. As for the blade, well, that's a nice big blade. I love that it is a nice big straight edge. Great for slicing. You know, the weight, it is just a tiny bit front heavy, which is good if you want to use it for chopping. Not very thick though. So if we're looking, now I'm looking in the camera angle right now, and I should be looking in real life. In real life it looks straight and true. In the camera angle that I'm looking right now, it looks like it's curved off just a bit. And that is Tato going to town on his dog food over there, if you hear that rumbly sound. So you know, at first I look at this blade shape and I think, what a great kind of hard use shape. You know, take this out into the field, use it for hacking, slicing. Let me see. So it's a saber grind. If you're not familiar with saber grind, so it's got the flats up here, but then it's angled down, as opposed to a full flat grind. Full flat grind would be one continuous angle all the way. So it's a nice saber ground blade, which normally gives, it's a good strength blade for, you know, doing whatever you're doing, but it is kind of thin. I mean, it's pretty thin. So if I was looking for a good heavy use, real, I can take this and do the hardest work I want to, I'd expect that blade to be just a little bit thicker. But, you know, I mean, that's just, again, outward appearance and expectations. I don't know. Now, there's a little bit, I don't know if you can see, a little bit of spring to this blade, too, which is good. That's not bad. That's actually good. It doesn't show weakness of the blade. It actually, you know, it's got a little bit of give to it. There's so much stuff that goes into blades, and I don't always, you know, go into all these different factors in videos, but there are some actual, and I'm going to show another one. You know, we saw the custom blade from Ozer Farms, the handmade blade. I've got two handmade blades I'm going to show next week from another, you know, custom maker. And folks that go that do blades, that make blades, they know that there's a very fine line between strength and brittleness. So sometimes if your blade does bend a little bit, that's not a sign of weakness. That's a sign of flexibility in the steel, which is, sometimes you want that because you don't want your blade to just snap. You want it under stress to give a little bit so that you don't end up with a one stress point where it's likely to snap. So, you know, now of course, I don't know how this blade is heat treated, so I can't tell you specifically if that's intentional or it is. I mean, there's no definitive this or that when you're looking at a blade that you haven't made yourself. I'm babbling here, and I apologize. Again, painkillers and muscle relaxers. But when you're looking and evaluating a blade, there's a ton of different things you could look at and different ways you could look at it. I'm just right now to give you guys, you know, people have asked, like, explain your train of thought a little bit more when you're looking at the blade, so I'm trying to do that. It's just really thin. A shape like this, which is kind of a little bit of a Warncliffe, but there's a blade style called the Sax, which is Northern European. You know, it's a really rugged, hard use kind of blade. They're normally a bit thicker than this in the spine. So I'm thinking out loud, looking at this blade, trying to, you know, kind of put two and two together. Like, it's a great blade shape for hard use stuff. I mean, go back, watch some episodes of Forged in Fire, and see how well this blade shape does at the, you know, the slicing, the chopping and stuff. But you'll notice all of them have much thicker spines for that added strength when they're doing all that stuff. But anyway, okay, so we're not going to overthink this. This is a great multi-use shape. Nice straight edge for slicing. It gives you the slightly front heavy weight. Gives you that nice follow-through leverage for chopping. I feel like it could be a little bit better right out of the box, but we'll test it out. But for something that you're going to carry camping or, you know, even in a survival situation, this is a great field knife kind of shape. And in fact, one of my favorite Tarava knives, the Skrama, has a very similar shape to this. This is kind of almost like a smaller version of this. Now, of course, it's the standard 440C steel that Ravencrest likes to use. So not only do you have this kind of textured thumb ramp on the handle, but you've got a little bit of jimping, and it looks very small. I mean, it doesn't look very deep at all, but when you rub your thumb on there, you get a really good grip and good traction. I'm kind of on the fence how I feel about this knife, but let's do our basic tests inside, and then maybe we'll go back outside and do some actual chopping and stuff with it, just to see, you know, how it feels and how it works in that kind of environment. We use another one of these government, this page intentionally left blank papers. Actually, okay, so when it comes to sharp edge, you know, sometimes you can feel it. It drives people crazy when I do this because they're convinced I'm going to cut my fingers off. Again, one of my mentors, special forces type guy who taught me a lot about knives. If you know what you're doing and you're careful, you can do this, and it's a good, most people just do this. He taught me a technique this way, and I just do this now because it really makes people crazy. Never cut myself. Haven't cut myself yet doing it. Oh, there we go. And all of a sudden now it's not doing it. There we go. So it seems to do pretty well in the paper slice. So we'll start always as we do with just the pull through. Not doing so great on the pull through. 1, 2, 3. Actually, okay, so I gave myself a little bit more of a firmer hold on it. A little bit of leverage, and it pulled through. Okay. Takes a bit of effort, and that kind of hurt my shoulder a little bit, so I'm not happy with myself for that. We've seen knives that very easily just pull through that, but I have a feeling that when we do the slice, that's going to be pretty easy. The slice, I mean, let's try to watch when the blade actually moves compared to when it cuts. I mean, it slices through very, very easily. Yeah, so it does come out of the package pretty sharp. Now, I always say this. We could refine this edge. I mean, we could make this thing razor sharp. We could make this... How do I say this in not my usual dick way? Because I'm a dick, we know, I'm kind of a jerk. But we can make this so much better than it is. But that's being a perfectionist. Out of the package, this thing's ready to cut, to slice, to do stuff. And this is a factory edge. If you wanted to, and you were inclined to, and a lot of people are, you could hone this edge to be super razor sharp. But this is real, I mean, out of the package, this is ready to, this is what I think a knife should do. You should be able to take it out of the box and immediately take it to task, and it should work for you. And this is what it will do. It will do that. A lot of people don't understand why I care about that either. A lot of people say, well, you could always sharpen it. Well, yeah, you could, but you shouldn't have to. Why should you do the company's work? And I'm just... So Ravencrest has done the work. Now, you could refine this even better if you wanted it better. And I probably will. I haven't done this in a really long time. Let's see. It's very barely shaving there. I mean, it's not so much, and it hurts. But we could make this edge like super shaving sharp. They gave us a great beginning to do that. So I'll tell you what. Why don't we take this thing outside, since this is, you know, the sax kind of shape is a. I mean, it's a chopper. It is a workhorse chopper. Let's take it outside. And we'll bear with the wind for a little bit. And I'm sorry if the audio gets a little, you know, swooshy and windy, but let's see what it does. All right, guys, so we're still abusing this nice piece of hardwood, though. But, you know, it's a nice hard wood for us to do these kinds of choppings on. So, basically, let's just see how this works. It works pretty well, actually. Great balance. It works really well. I'm very comfortable. If you'll notice, usually when I do these kind of chops, I like to choke down, I guess, if that's the way you would describe it. Just to put a little bit more leverage towards the top, but this has a really good chop to it. Now, fine detail work for, again, slicing blade. Look at the little thin segments that it takes off. I mean, beautiful. Wow, it's pretty sappy. This thing still has a lot of liquid and sap and stuff in it. But I think this is actually a real winner from Ravenquest. I don't know what it is I just said. I'm going to say the whole thing over again. I think this one could be a real winner from Ravencrest. Yeah, I'm very happy with this one. Nicely done. Pretty cool. I much more favor their folders than their fixed blades, but this is pretty cool. Now, of course, you know, I get 2 Ravencrests a month because of some stupid error, and I just went with it. So I think what I'll do is I'll probably keep one of these, and I'll throw the other one, which is still inside, but I'll throw the other one in the giveaway, so that somebody who maybe doesn't subscribe to Ravencrest can get one of these. Because just those few little chops, but what I will also do is I will work on the edges of both. and just refine them a little bit and give them a little bit of stropping, you know, so that we send off a perfect, you know, mirror shiny razor sharp edge. I actually am thoroughly impressed with how well this one works. And that thin blade that I was kind of on the fence about, actually, if you want to talk about coefficients of friction and all that stuff and everything, this is just, it's perfect. I mean, this is a great chopping knife. Like I said before, the nice straight edge, it makes it great for just slicing whatever it is. Wow, I'm so impressed with this one from Ravencrest. I'm really happy with this one. Really, really happy with this one. Super awesome. All right, cool, guys. I was digging it, and then I got out here and just felt it in my hand doing the chop, and yeah, sweet. Awesome. And I'm on painkillers and muscle relaxers. But, so what do you guys think? You like this? You like this? I've always liked this blade shape too, but. Okay, back inside, just so the audio doesn't suffer from any more of the wind or anything. But so for the $16 that the Ravencrest cost, you know, the, what is it, $9.99 plus the shipping, fantastic, awesome deal. I don't know how much they're going to say this cost when it's up on the regular website. They've been doing a little bit better recently with some of the knives at not overpricing them. But again, I got to get online and see what they say about this and everything. But for 16 bucks, awesome, awesome. I'm really happy with this one. So yeah, your thoughts. What do you guys think? And yeah, definitely putting that second one in the giveaway. As much as I'd love to keep it, I would also love to get it out there for one of you guys. So I got something new in the video description in addition to the other stuff. Just something to check out. It is a referral link for BattleBox. And I know this has nothing to do with BattleBox, but I just put the VIP video up there. If you were going to do it anyway, you can look at that. But I also have a link to the Discord server where we have good fun times talking about all sorts of stuff. Link to the Patreon page. I just did, if you saw the With Armor Mammoth, I just did a separate giveaway just for my Patreon folks. One of my Patreon members is getting to take that home with them. So in addition to all the other cool stuff that, you know, Patreon members get, they get their own giveaways and everything. So you can check a link to the Patreon page if you want, and maybe think about signing up there, and cool stuff goes on. Link to the Facebook page. I'm about to put up another Facebook poll. The overwhelming choice was yes, you guys want me to try KnifeBox again. So I'll be looking into that. And then also, of course, email, just general contact, and then, you know, Q&A, question, email. And with Facebook, you can get in touch with me, message me there. Lots of people do. It's the best way to get in touch with me. So, until next time, which should be really soon, actually, I appreciate every single one of you. You are all absolutely awesome. And I'll be back again real soon.